we'll get started so we don't waste people's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Susan, I just got in.
Oh,
Rudy. Yay.
Yes,
Rudy.
sorry.
That's all right.
I'm trying to be a dad, a businessman, a husband, a sports figure, a salesman, an energy man. I mean, anyways, but I'm here.
That's what we do, right? We're all multitasking.
That's right.
seriously.
That's what leads to success. I actually had a call earlier today with a pretty crazy entrepreneur, and that's what we were chatting about, that everyone needs multiple streams of income.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing, right?
Streaming.
All
That's right.
That's right. So tonight we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about reprogramming your brain. You guys know I'm very big into manifestations and mindset. And, you know, people ask me all the time, like, how do you just constantly push and go? And it's really because I've retrained my brain to not let anything hold me back. And I started really thinking about it yesterday, actually. Me and H.E.A.L were taking yoga, and our yoga instructor was talking about, like, at least when you're at the mat, releasing all that negative thought and those energies and all those things that were out of your control for the week, and just being present in that place. And I kind of laughed inside. I didn't want to laugh out loud because I love Bets, and I know that I am, you know, have gone through what she was going through, where you can only get rid of it for that moment. But it made me actually spend my day yesterday really thinking about why it is so easy for me to take a bad moment and turn it into a positive thought and continue to move forward, right? So I sat down today for about 2 hours, really brainstorming this and making some notes. And I started to really think about society in general first, because if we really think about society, as we age, people's motivation just changes, right? Like when you're young, you're active, you're motivated, you're setting goals, you have ambition, you're constantly wanting to learn. And then we graduate and we get jobs, and then that just all goes out the window. We come home and we sit on the couch and we get sucked into television, and we're no longer pushing ourselves to become better people. And this is rampant throughout society. There's really only a small portion of people who come home from work and want to do more, who are at work and they're sneaking on the side other things because they want to better themselves, who are turning their car into their university instead of listening to music that is great and could be upbeat, but it's not going to change their mindset, right? And so I really started to think about this and realize that part of the reason that I'm constantly going forward is because I don't want to live a life like that. I want to experience more than that. And truthfully, I know a lot of you guys probably want to be watching the Patriots game right now, and you're sitting on this call with me, which I appreciate, which means that you also want more, right? So then I had to think about it. I had to think about why the majority of people do this, why we get in this mindset, right? And when you're younger, we have all these teachers who are kind of mentors, and they're encouraging you to constantly better yourself, to constantly push yourself. And then we enter the workforce, and that sadly often disappears unless you luck out and you're in an amazing company. And most companies, unfortunately, don't do that. I share all the time in my obedience orientation class that humans are just programmed to focus on the negativity, right? Like I share this story constantly. My husband eats toast with peanut butter every single day. And I say every day he puts the dirty peanut butter knife on the edge of the sink, and I move 100 miles an hour. And every single day I touch that knife and I send him a text message, dude, put the knife inside the sink or our dishwasher. Okay. And I say this, that it happens every day, but that's bull. Okay. But it feels like every day to me because we focus on the negative stuff. Right? When you're at your job, how often does your boss say to you, hey, great job taking initiative and doing that and reorganizing that, or whatever it is that you went above and beyond for? That's rare. You may have a coworker who does that, but it's rare for your management to say that, right? Instead, your management is pointing out your faults. Right. And because of that, we begin to doubt ourselves, right? And as we start to develop and doubt ourselves, it turns into this vicious cycle, because when you're having negative self-talk, it also lowers your courage. And we need courage to be able to get out of our comfort zone. Because if we're afraid and we're telling ourselves we can't do it, well, then we're going to be stuck in the same situation that we've been in forever, right? And it's this vicious cycle. And the sad reality is that negative self-talk leads to a ton of different problems: depression, increased stress, anxiety. And I am confident that no one on this call wants to experience those things, right? Nobody wants to be struggling every day, feeling depressed, not wanting to get out of bed, just going through the motions. We all want more. So we have to think about what we're doing when we have that self-talk, right? And it's not that we can't evaluate ourselves, because when we just think we're amazing, your ego gets way out of control. And that actually can be just as detrimental to someone as having negative self-talk. We do need to constantly look at ourselves and evaluate ourselves so that we can grow by looking at our weaknesses and seeing what areas that we need to improve on. But it's how you phrase your self-talk that makes the difference, right? So if you tell yourself, I could never do this because I'm stupid, you're going to be extremely unmotivated to push through something and succeed. But when you tell yourself, you know what, I'm struggling in this area, so I need to read more on this topic so that I can thrive, you're going to be more motivated to do that. And you're going to come home and you're going to want to put on a self-help book. Right now, so Rudy's on the call right now, I am learning Spanish so that I can help his Spanish-speaking team, because we don't have enough Spanish-speaking people as leaders in this community. And so every day, every spare minute I have a little app on my phone, and I'm going through all these different modules so that I can learn Spanish. I'm standing in my kitchen this morning speaking Spanish as I'm drinking my coffee. Why? Because I want to experience more. And instead of me saying, oh crap, I can't help this guy, let me connect him with someone who can, when I know I can do this and I know that I can be here for him, I'm going to go through that process, right? And so we need to kind of think about that and how we're evaluating and how we're talking to ourselves. And then we're going to have to realize one thing. It is actually impossible for you to not think about any negative thoughts, okay? In fact, trying to resist negative thoughts, sorry, my husband was waving by. Sorry, trying to resist negative thoughts just results in you focusing on them more. So when that negative thought comes into your head, guys, I want you guys to just sit down and take a deep breath. And I forgot, I actually used to do this exercise all the time, but I have retrained my subconscious brain so well that it just must happen instinctually for me at this point. But when I first started really retraining my brain in that negative thought, I would sit down and I would immediately take a deep inhale. And then as I exhaled, I would let go of that limited self-image. Right? And that's exactly what my yoga instructor was saying yesterday. She said, take a deep breath and let's all exhale together. And when we do this in the room, it's like this crazy energy vibration that I really love and appreciate. But you guys can do that too. So when you have that negative thought, take that deep inhale. And then as you exhale it, you're going to let go of all those negative thoughts. And you're going to rephrase that negative thoughts into a more positive mindset, right? So when you're getting dressed in the morning and you're jumping up and down to squeeze into those pants and your brain goes, crap, I'm fat, that is not what you should think. Because that's going to put you in this vicious cycle of, I can never do this, I'm never going to be better, why am I even trying? And you're going to go shove your face with donuts all morning instead of having a nutritious breakfast. Instead, take in that inhale and then exhale and think to yourself, you know what, I need to make myself more active. And I need to eat cleaner. And what that's going to do is that's going to retrain your brain for success. And you're going to go through your day and make more conscious choices. You're going to take those stairs instead of that elevator. You're going to pack your lunch instead of ordering pizza with everybody else. All just because of the way that you're retraining your brain to talk to itself. Now, if it was as simple as just getting your negative thoughts under control, then we would all be amazing. But there are other things that go on. But I will say that that is the first step to increasing your confidence, right? And when your confidence increases, that's what actually takes you to your next level in life. And that's what allows you to experience more. And when you get to the point where you're like, you know what, I've been able to retrain my brain in the way that I think, now I'm ready to take it to the next level. You guys all know what that next level is because we've heard it over and over from our 6- and 7-figure mentors. Small daily disciplines, guys. When you get in that routine of those small daily disciplines, every morning I wake up and listen to personal development. Every morning I make my bed. Every morning I meal prep my food for the day. These are small daily disciplines. Every day, everything is scheduled. And then before I go to bed, I have a game plan for my following day so that I don't wake up in stress not knowing what to do. And when we start to succeed at checking off these small daily disciplines and they become a routine for us, what does that do? It leads us into a successful day. And a successful day becomes a successful week. And a successful week becomes a successful month. And a successful month becomes an amazing, powerful year, right? And so by removing this self-negative talk and by forming these daily disciplines, you are going to have an amazing, powerful year. But you also have to have one other piece. You guys have to have a desire to excel in life, right? You can't just go through the motions, because if you're just going through the motions, you're not going to push yourself to the next level. We have to really think, well, okay, what is my goal? And you guys all know that I'm huge about your why. I'm huge about vision statements, vision boards, about making goals and setting them. I constantly have you guys do David Nieves' training of breaking down those goals in those 10 different areas in your life. And I'm not just having you guys do that for busy work. I'm having you do that because I know inside you have a desire to excel. And the only way that you're going to excel is if you look at your goals and your why and your vision of your future, and then you figure out what skills you need to work on so that you can become the best version of you. And as you're starting to work on those skills, you're going to become more organized, and you're going to become more prepared, and you're going to set yourself up for success in your future. And as you start to do all this, you're going to become more confident. And when you become more confident, it becomes a lot easier to make the sacrifices that you need to take in order to make you reach your goals, right? So Hi and I were talking earlier about how I should go to sleep early tonight because Ian's sick and I caught his cold. I'm pretending I'm not sick. And I said to her, I'm not going to bed. I have the team call, and then I'm doing the business overview, and then I have a one-on-one call at 8:30, and Rudy and I were chatting about some people, and I have a project that I'm working on with Darren. It's easy for me to make that sacrifice because my vision and my goals are so focused. I have intention. I have 100% commitment. And when you get to this level, guys, it is easy to do whatever it takes to truly reach your goals. So I want you guys to take a moment and think to yourself, do you want an extraordinary life, or do you just want to be ordinary? Do you want to just be making a living, or do you want to be making a difference on people's lives? Because I know that you joined this company because deep inside, you want to experience more. You want an extraordinary life. You want to truly make a difference in this world. And the only way that you are going to do that is if you work on yourself first. And if you want to impact lives and become extraordinary, you have to stop focusing on what other people think. Some of you guys may have saw Darren's post the other day that some woman walked up to him in the gym and made him take his headphones off and informed him that women find vascularity disgusting and that he should stop working out. And him and I were chatting about it that evening, and we laughed to ourselves because the sad reality is that he looked at her and said, I'm doing this for me, not anyone else. And if you are a part of this company and you want to experience more, then you need to do this for you. And you need to not worry about what the masses are thinking. And why do you not need to worry about what the masses are thinking? Because remember, society is living a mundane life. They are not trying to be extraordinary. They are not trying to impact the world. They are being held back by their negative self-talk, and they are letting fear prevent them from becoming the fullest potential that they could be. Because the reality is that society doesn't demand for you to do anything, okay? You need to demand that out of yourself. There is nobody besides our community and yourself who is going to say to you, you can do this, because they're stuck. They're stuck in that cycle of negative self-talk. They're stuck in that cycle of fear. So don't let that hold you back. I know you guys all have a greater purpose, and I want you guys to think about that. What is your greater purpose in life? I know that my great purpose in life is to impact lives around the globe, to heal people mentally, physically, and financially. When I was chatting to this guy earlier today, he said to me, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? And I started talking to him about it. And I said to him, I have found the perfect solution for me because I am allowed to help people globally get mentally and physically healthy, to improve their finances. And this is what is my purpose in life. And it is crazy to me to think this when from the age of 9 to, I don't know how old I am now. I'm 34 now. So from the age of 9 to 33, I don't believe in age, by the way, if you didn't know that about me. I thought that animals were my purpose in life, right? And although I love animals and they'll always be a part of who I am and an awesome hobby that I'm very passionate about, that isn't my true purpose. But because I know my true purpose now, it has become very easy to become disciplined. It's easy when I come home and I'm tired to sit down and still do what I need to do to have a successful day, right? I know 2 people on this call had an extreme loss today. I want to thank you guys for making the sacrifice to get on this call, even though what you guys are going through. That's what you need to do to succeed, okay? You have to push through that discomfort. You have to push outside your comfort zone. And when you know your purpose in life, it is not hard to do. Because when you have found your purpose, it pulls you through the bad days, the bad months, the bad years. And as a result, in the end, you will hit your goals and you will succeed and you will be living a life of significance, which is what we all desire. Life is designed to give us exactly what we deserve. So if you want an extraordinary life, you need to put the work in for it. It's not just going to be handed to you. You have to have focus. You have to have purpose. You need to retrain your brain to rephrase all that negative self-talk, all that self-doubt that is preventing you from growing, that's holding you back in your life. You need to build the confidence, and with this, you will have courage, and because of that, you will be able to do anything that you put your mind to. So I hope you guys think about that today. Really put some effort into what actually is your purpose, why you are here, what sort of goals and vision you have for your future. This company talks a lot about 5-year plans, 10-year plans, and that's one reason I love them, because they understand this isn't a quick fix. This is a journey of personal growth to build a life of significance. I used to always say that I'm building my empire, and Ian would always correct me. He said, you're building a dynasty. Empires fail, dynasties last forever. And I know that you guys want to be building a dynasty too. So I hope that tomorrow, or even tonight, because it's only 7, if you guys have that negative soft talk, you take a moment and you take that deep breath and you exhale all that doubt and you turn that negative phrase into one that can be a positive criticism to help you grow, and then you restart your focus and succeed. So I'm going to stop the recording.